materials that can be recovered and recycled into new products, which conserves resources. Secondly, items can contain potentially hazardous materials that require special disposal and should not be put in landfills. On January 1st of 2012, Illinois became the 16th state to institute legislation called the Electronics Products Recycling and Reuse Act. This means that residents can no longer throw away the following electronics in the garbage: computers, computer monitors, printers and scanners, televisions, cable receivers, computer cables, converter boxes, fax machines, mobile telephones, mice and keyboards, MP3 players, PDAs, satellite receivers, video game consoles, video recording devices such as VHS and DVD players, and zip drives. In Cook County and throughout the state of Illinois, there are numerous opportunities for residents to recycle their electronics. Year-round collection sites and one-day events have been established by many municipalities, local government agencies, retail stores, and some electronics recyclers in partnership with qualified electronics recyclers. However, under the Illinois Environmental Protection Act, municipalities, schools, businesses, and institutions must manage end-of-life materials through qualified electronics recycling contractors. For more information, please go to the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency's website. So what happens to all of the electronics that are collected? Electronics will be demanufactured or taken apart, and light materials such as metals, plastics, and glass are separated and will be reprocessed and made into new products. Data from hard drives is wiped before being destroyed, and hazardous materials are removed and managed properly. For reuse or recycling options for home appliances and other electronics that are not covered under the Electronics Products Recycling and Reuse Act, please see SWANK's Green Pages directory at swank.org or contact your municipal recycling coordinator. Thank you for taking the time to learn about why old electronics should not and cannot go into the garbage, as well as numerous options for reusing or recycling electronics. Please share this information with your family, friends, and neighbors. Together we can and will make a difference to protect our environment and conserve resources for generations to come. For details of drop-off locations or for more information, please visit the following websites.
My car's here. I'll be home tonight.
God, I wish he was still here.
Grief is normal after a loved one dies, but almost 1 in 10 people will get complicated grief. A grief that causes people to withdraw from life. It often strikes those who have lost a spouse they were unusually dependent upon, or lost someone to an unexpected death. Now, these effects can also include substance abuse, isolation, physical illnesses. Fortunately, we have effective treatments.
If you know someone who may have complicated grief, it's best to get treatment from a clinical psychologist or a social worker. Treatment is covered by Medicare, Medicaid, and most insurances.
Good evening, volleyball fans, and welcome to Elk Grove, Illinois. We are live here this evening for Senior Night Volleyball. The Grenadiers are hosting the Sabres of Streamwood High. I'm Chris Randall, and I'm joined by Bob Vissoy. Bob, these two teams have played here this year twice. Elk Grove has won both sets 2-0 in both games. How do they keep up that?
Well, 25-23 and 25-18, and I feel like when you're the better team, in this case Elk Grove, now you're playing the team Streamwood that wasn't as good last time, you're going to have more of an idea of what to attack than I think that they are going to have. So I'm going to go on the ledge here and say that I think Elk Grove is going to win this game even by more than 25-23 and 25-18. I think they're going to, they know who to attack, who to serve at, where to hit the ball, and everything. And I think Streamwood is still going to not, even if they know what to do as a result of that match, they're not going to have the ability to actually execute that and exert their will against Elk Grove. So at least that's where I'm headed for today. So for the home crowd, that's going to be a nice win.
Yeah, especially here on senior night, right?
Right.
Well, sit back and enjoy. This is our final fall EGTV telecast of the season, so sit back and enjoy it. The volleyball games this year have been phenomenal, and we seem to have another great one on hand. As I'll let Bob read off the starters here for tonight.
Oh, I didn't write them down, but I do know that Elk Grove, they're going to rely a lot on, I would think, Vanessa Witkowski on the outside. But, of course, on senior night, you're never sure which senior is going to come in. But generally, Elk Grove, they've got 7 seniors on this roster. So, I mean, the good thing is they've got good players with a lot of experience this year, right? They finished with the record of 11-19, 11 wins, 19 losses, of course, then whatever happens tonight, right? And then what they've done is Angelica Dialek. She's a wonderful middle. She's only a sophomore, but they've moved her to the outside. And I think what happens here, and this is where the coach has done an outstanding job, right? So by moving her to the outside, she can get a lot more sets. When she was in the middle, if the passing wasn't good, she wasn't as much of the part of the offense. She could get a block or two here and there, right? But by moving outside, you've got 3 rotations. It's going to be really tough in this case for Streamwood to side out. And, of course, Elk Grove's going to score a lot of points, I would think, with Angelica Dialeg on the outside. And another hitter I really like on Elk Grove is the right side, Julia Drost. She hits it hard. She's left-handed, which is what you want on the right side. She hits it hard, and again, it's going to be hard for Streamwood to dig that. What I did like on Streamwood, I was watching them on the videos, but Alyssa Callender Springer in the middle, number 12. Now, she's not real tall, 5'5", but she's got some hops and hits it hard. So one would hope if she gets a lot of sets, maybe she can make a dent into this game. But we're going to have to hope that Streamwood could pass for that to happen.
As Elk Grove is in their all-black uniforms with the light green lettering. And for Streamwood, they're in their white tops with the black lettering and the gold piping. As we're about ready here at Elk Grove for first serve on senior night, and it looks like Sophia Ledesma.
Now, is this a good time to bring up that you went to Streamwood High School?
Yep, I am an alum. 2018 graduate of the Sabres. But we're all Elk Grove here tonight. And the first point underway is an ace by Ledesma, the sophomore for Streamwood.
That had to hit the back line. That's a good start. Every point matters, right? So you have a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, we were here last Wednesday for Elk Grove, and one person who I really took my eye was Olivia Eugene, the setter, as back-to-back aces for Ledesma.
Yeah, the libero needs to not fall down on that. Here I am at college coach, right? And I have the same problem sometimes. Liberos, they need to get under the ball. They got to move. Don't fall over. I call it tip over, fall down.
This one will be up in the air, and it's over for the first time, the Grenadiers. Ledesma sends it back, and a kill for Brianna Kentupisai of Streamwood. So an early 3-0 lead here for the Sabres. In set number 1, Ledesma serving. Dilak over towards Zoislak, and it's going to be a free ball for Streamwood. Ledesma sends it, looking for Terry, kept up at the net. Ledesma sets Mendez. Eugene over towards McCorney, and we play on. There's Eugene, flipped it over, diving effort by Ledesma. We continue on. Witkowski over to Dilak, save by Pateteris, and point for Streamwood.
That was a nice long cross-court shot to end that long rally. What a great rally.
And a kill by Terry there. Gianna Terry, the sophomore. We'll say a lot of younger classmen on the Streamwood roster.
Yeah, you were talking about Olivia Eugene as a setter. She's setting because Daly is, got injured earlier this year and has done a really good job.
Yeah, and it's nice to see the junior step up, too, in that spot once your senior goes down. As Zozlak connects with Eugene, and Dialak gets the Grenadiers on the board here. They're down 4-1.
Yeah, finally on the board. They were down 4-0 until that Dialag hit, right? Dialag, I expect to get a lot of sets this game.
Yeah, there's a clear height advantage here for the Grand.
Well, and I'm going to say a talent advantage. She's tall, she hits hard, she's mobile. Now, the difference, though, is she's a transplanted middle, so one would question maybe her passing, but I think she'll find she's probably a pretty good passer. But opposite her is Witkowski. And Witkowski will get, if she's in the back row, gets a lot of passes, bounces it up, and the Dialag can then get a lot of hits.
As Terry goes for the attack, Dialak right there for the block. 2 straight points for the Grenadiers, and Zozlak is back to serve. Floats it up.
Yeah, and just because you're a middle blocker doesn't mean you can't block from the outside.
Yep. Kept up here by Witkowski. Zozlak hustles over Eugene, dumps it over the net. Mendez fights for it, kept up, and we got a ball handling there. Point for the Grens.
Yeah, he decided there was no block on that play. Now, we're at the wrong angle to see, or at least from where we sit. But the camera angle, all it needed is a replay right at the middle there. It looked to me like Elk Grove actually did block it, but we're talking about a good ref that has a great view.
Kentucky side gets the first one. Free ball over for Ledesma. Eugene goes to Dialak. Dialak gets the kill. And 4 straight points for the Grenadiers here after going down 4-0.
So the question is, can they go ahead 25-4? With Dialag out there, anything can happen.
Zozlak, continuous serving here for the Grens. The libero, Samantha Camarinera, will.
So an ace on the serve.
Grens, yeah.
And so in the back row, I'm just thinking there was Witkowski. She's good in the back row. You've got libero. It's going to be hard for Streamwood to get a kill in this rotation.
Yeah. Especially with the 3 beasts there that are just way taller. Kentucky side. Ledesma looking for Terry. Blocked up at the front. Zozlak keeps it up. There's Camarena. Once again, tipped at the net. Zozlak. Over to Dialak. Dialak never made it over the net. So there is the Streamwood getting out of the rotation, and we're tied at 5.
As the inexperienced outside hitter there, you just want to avoid hitting that antenna.
Yeah.
But it is 5-5, so they caught up quick.
Kentucky side. Over the net it goes. Zozlak. Eugene in cross court looking for Dialak. Never made it over the net once again. Point for the Sabres.
I say this a lot to our team. You're controlling your own destiny. If you hit it in the net, you lose the point. You hit it over the net, well, you just got half a chance to win the point.
You give yourself the chance, exactly. As Kentucky side sends it over. There is Witkowski. Eugene dumps it. Kentucky side cleans up. Ledesma looking for Peterikis, and she'll earn the kill there. McCorney unable to keep it up.
So far, Streamwood, you got to admit, is playing very, very well. One of the top hitters they have, this Gianna Terry. I was watching her on the Huddle highlights. She was good last year and had a lot of good highlights from this year. She hits the ball hard.
Dialak sends over the free ball. Ledesma looking for Mendez. Mendez finds the floor, and it's now 8-5 in favor of the Sabres. Kentucky side going on a run here for Streamwood.
She sure is. She started serving at 5-5.
Yeah. Pretty good serve as well as Witkowski went straight over the net, hustle after it, and it's going to be a kill there for Gianna Terry, the sophomore.
Elk Grove libero diving all over the place, sticking one hand out, swinging at it. You want to hope that somebody else can move to the ball and get there with both hands and control it.
9-5 Streamwood lead, Kentucky side. Over. Zozlak on the second hit. Free ball for Streamwood once again. Camarinera. Ledesma has to send it over. There is Zozlak. Eugene now an attack for the Grens. Kept up, blocked at the net. Zozlak keeps it. Free ball now for Streamwood.
That was a great save.
Ledesma. Terry dumps it, and it falls to the ground as Elk Grove is all sorts not on the right page.
But what I do like about Streamwood is everything they're doing is inbounds. They had a couple of hits early, right? These plays are all inbounds. The worst thing you could do is just hit it out of bounds. And now they're in a good rotation with the serving and everything. So they just call, Elk Grove just called timeout, which is probably a good time for that timeout. But Streamwood is playing a great game, keeping everything in.
Yeah. Well, while we got a quick second here, we'd like to bring up one of the announcements, and that's to be sure to check out the EGHS Parent Teacher Council Holiday Art and Craft Show on November 3rd, coming up here pretty soon, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. right here at the high school. Shop for the holiday gifts at over 250 vendors. There is a $3 admissions fee for this event, but any children under 12 years old is free. There will also be concessions, raffles, and baked goods here at this event. So definitely come check it out, the EGHS Arts and Crafts Show right here at Elk Grove High School. Well, you got a couple seconds as well. What is the adjustment Elk Grove needs to make?
If I'm Tara Braceros, first off, she's a very, very good coach anyway. She's probably saying something along the lines of, we're not going to change anything. Just settle down. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Get under the ball, move, don't reach. I would be saying don't flop. Don't fall over. Move your feet, get under it. Use both hands, lift, don't swing, and then hit it in play, and you'll be fine.
Kentucky Sai sends us right back into play. Witkowski goes over the net right off the serve. Attack here from Petarikis. Eugene over to cross court. Dilac looking for the fingertips. McCorney sends it down, and the Grens get out of the rotation. Going back to that point, though, senior night here, probably the jitters, especially with, like you said, 7 seniors on this roster. The jitters are there knowing that this is the last time they're playing here at Elk Grove High School.
It is sad. I mean, the end of an era. You're in high school for 4 years, and it ends, and it's sad. Witkowski is a ball gobbler in the back row, though.
Dilac looking for the attack. There's Kentucky side to eat it up. Ledesma. Free ball now for the Grens. See if they can take advantage. Witkowski over to Eugene. Eugene looking for Drozd. Kentucky side with the dig. And there is the attack by Terry. Grens keep it up, and it's a free ball back to Streamwood. Ledesma cross court over to Petarikis. Kept up by Drozd and McCorney. Witkowski back row attack. And the kill. And the Grens now make it 2 in a row, 10-7.
Yeah, that back row attack, two-handed set into the short middle of the court, is kind of a spot that's vulnerable on most defenses because usually people hit it from there, but you got to be able to cover that. Front left needs to get to that ball.
Olivia Eugene, the junior, with the ace on that one, makes it 10-8 here. The Grens clawing their ways back, as you would say, so far, 18 points in this game, and it's been a game of runs.
Yes, it has.
As Eugene looking for more, gets it with another ace.
Boy, we like that serve, though.
It's a very nice serve.
It's a low, hard float, and it does float. That one, it looked like it took a left turn and went into the the quarter of the gym.
I will say the service, like the movement that these balls get off services is crazy.
Yeah, and where it comes from is there's a nozzle inside there with different weight than the rest of the ball. And so if you get the right hit with the nozzle in the right direction, that's what causes the float.
Interesting. You learn something new as the Sabres get it over. Dilac, though, with the attack, and it goes over the back line.
That's too bad. I always hate it when you're down a point. You were down a lot of points. Now you're down a point. All you got to do is tie it up, and you can you kind of relax without not executing. And then, unfortunately, she hits it out.
As here is Emily Mendez, the service. And out of play it goes, so the Grens get the point right back.
And that's the recipe for not winning games. You just got to keep your hits in, and that's what Streamwood has done very well today. They just haven't hit anything out until that.
And that keeps the pressure on the other team to not make a mistake, and Elk Grove kind of folded at first.
And then you can't be as aggressive.
Yep.
Right.
As Petarikis finds the floor. The sophomore for Streamwood, let's say there's 5 seniors on Streamwood's roster and 5 sophomores on Streamwood's roster. So they'll have this team for a little bit. I mean,
I like Petrikis' hit, though. She's not that tall, 5'6", but jumped high and hit it hard. And there's another serving error.
Yep.
Again, that's the recipe for allowing Elk Grove to get back in the game.
Exactly. 12-11 after the service error from Terry.
Yeah, you're going to have to set Petrikis a lot.
Yeah, she's done very well here in the early stages. As here comes Mia Tan, the junior server for Elk Grove. 12-11 game. Set number 1. Tan's ball goes over. Kentucky side there. Terry to Ledesma. Eugene digs it. Wadas' first attack with the float over the fingertips of Calendar Spring, and the Grens tie it up at 12.
Reese Wadas, not real tall, 5'4", had to tip it over the block. But I'm thinking if you're the block, jump a little bit later.
And you get that tip, yep. Wadas, we kind of talked before, Wadas had a good game against Prospect on Wednesday. Like you said, the height is a little bit of a disadvantage. Here's 3 hits and does not get over for Streamwood, and the Grens find themselves with their first lead here tonight, 13-12.
Yeah, Streamwood's not considered a tall team, right? But,
no.
Teams with good ball control, heart, and desire, they win. But height does help. It's kind of like if you're talented, that's good. But if you're talented and hustle.
Yep. As Calendar Spring attack goes straight into the net, 14-12 in favor of Elk Grove.
Yeah, I would have picked her for my pick the click for Streamwood today, but not on that play.
Getting some run, though. It's Tan's service. There is Peterekis. Back row attack from the libero goes way over the back line, makes it 15-12, and the Grens on a run now themselves.
Yeah, that ball was headed out of bounds right off of her hand. Instantly you knew that was out. Has to aim a little bit lower, not quite so hard maybe.
Tan continuing to serve well here. Here's Kentucky side with the attack. Dug up by Dilac from the back row. Wadas with the attack. There's the libero Camarena. And out of play, Ledesma was there.
That's something I don't see too much anymore in college, right? They're not allowed to call double hits on the sets anymore in college. I think that needs to get down to the high school level. That was clearly a double hit on the setter. It was the right call for the high school rule book, but I can't wait till that rule filters down to high school. It takes all the stress out of watching rallies when you know your setter can't be called for a double hit.
Kentucky side attack. Wadas dug up. Eugene looking for Wadas on the attack. Kentucky side fight for it at the net. McCorney unable to collect. There is your pick to kick. Calendar Spring getting the kill.
It was called out. Looked like it was very close to the line.
Yeah.
From this angle.
I assumed with the reaction right off her hand.
I figure it's like 80% out, but if that 20% touches the line, that's considered in.
Yep. 17-12 here. Mary Tan continues to roll. Camarena kept up, fight for it, down to the ground it goes by Droz.
Yeah, that was happened on the setter made a one-handed pass because she couldn't get to the ball, and I'm like, it's worth it.
And they're going to say Droz was in the line, so point for Streamwood actually on that one.
But you got to get there with both arms, hitting it up and under. It's like hitting the volleyball up with a baseball bat. It's far easier to do it with, let's say, a tennis racket or an end table or something with more surface area.
Peterekis, the server for Streamwood, waiting for the okay. As we got a communication between the refs and that Streamwood head coach.
Looked like a delay of game called on Streamwood for some reason. I didn't see why.
So explain the delay of game call.
Well, if, for example, they wanted to put it, somebody ran toward the sub line and, oops, I'm not going to make a sub or something along that nature. It's just very quick and very subtle. And I'm sure it's just being explained to the coach right now. And if these two refs are terrific. Just let it go and move on.
Yeah.
It's not like you got cost a point or something.
Yeah. So we're back underway here. Peterekis right into the net.
Ooh, they froze the server.
Ball don't lie.
It's like the field goal kicker. You get to the 45-yard kick and you call timeout and you miss your kick.
3 straight service errors as well for Streamwood here. And the Grens have a way to put a nail in a coffin here and set number 1. Kentucky side looking for the attack. It's a free ball though. Drost. Eugene looking for Korlak. Continue here on the Elk Grove side. It's going to be sent over by Ledesma after the errant pass. Wadas continued. There's Camarena. Kentucky side of the attack with the kill.
She's not real tall. She's like 5'1", but she has some hops and hits it hard, and that's what you want to do.
Absolutely.
It's
the senior for Streamwood.
Colerick playing in the middle is what is allowing Dilag to go play outside, because Dilag would ultimately probably have to stay in the middle because you do need 2 middles. But she's coming along this year and obviously playing better, and that's allowing Dilag to go play outside. Then that means Witkowski is just playing back row, it seems, while Wadas is in the front. But Witkowski is a very, very reliable hitter as well.
Camarena.
Oh, no, another one out.
4 straight for Streamwood, not helping their own cause here.
Well, it's exactly right. They're just self-destructing the 4 serves, that hit.
Yeah.
Not that hit. That hit by the same player earlier that looked like it was going to go into the next zip code.
Witkowski to service here for the Grens. 19-14 lead. Witkowski, Kentucky side there. There is Terry. It's over. Zoazlak looking for Dilak. Dilak's attack never made it over the net.
Yeah, she's struggling today with her hits, but right at the same time, though, when she gets loose, the sets where she needs it, I mean, she could probably take over this game. But right now she's struggling, and Elk Grove is still winning. But Elk Grove, they were down 5-10 and then went up. Now they're up 19-15.
Ledesma makes it 5 straight service errors here for the Streamwood side.
Remember the opening serve that hit the back line? Looks like this serve wasn't far behind that back line.
Yeah, I agree. It should be 2016 here. The scores table not with it all the way. Free ball for the Grens. Contreras. Eugene dumps it over instead of the set, and she is rewarded 2016.
Smart
I think
play.
they're forgetting a point here. But
Well, it's smart play. You might be right. They missed the point. Yep,
and here's Christian talking to him about it. Let's see if they put that point up. Yep, there we go.
But that hit was over the 5'1" outside blocker.
Yeah. As Terry sends it over, Eugene looking for Dilak. They're going to continue to feed. That one just misses that far end line, and it's a point for the Grenadiers. Kentucky side to
Yeah, I
service.
think that was wide on that hit.
Yeah.
Dilak
It looked
struggling.
close from here, though.
Yeah, it's very close. And with authority, too.
Yes. Eugene looking for McCorney. She flicks it over to the side. Ledesma keeps it up. Terry's attack blocked. And right back into her face from Dilag. She's making herself present at the net. Just hasn't found her stride yet on the serve or on the attacks.
Well, that's the thing. You can make contributions in multiple ways. You can pass, get serves, in this case 2 blocks. Even if you are struggling with the hitting, there's other ways to make a positive contribution. And they are ahead 6.
Pederekis, free ball now for the Grens. Zoazlak. Eugene over to Drost. Never made it over once again. 22-17. The Grens knocking on the door of a set 1 victory.
I like that they set Drost on the right side, though.
Yeah.
I was talking about her being, I like the way that she hit in warm-ups and everything. And if you can get the right side to be more a part of the offense.
Service. This is Mendez. Emily Mendez probably gets away with a Dilak touch there. I thought that was going over the back
Would that
line.
have been the 7th miss in a row?
I think so. Yeah, but they get one. 22-18. We're not done yet here in set 1.
Yeah, I would be going crazy looking at the stats on that. Oh, my gosh, 6 serves in a row, and you're only down 4 points. Definitely taking the defeat from the jaws of victory.
Mendez.
Oh, no.
Another far one over the line, and that one is over the back line. 23-18 now. As Streamwood is not helping themselves at the service spot.
Well, I'm sure the coaches noticed this, but obviously in the next practice I would be serving a lot.
Yeah. And here comes, I want to say this is Sammy Daly checking into the game.
Maximovich?
Oh, you are correct. Yep, Maximovich. To service for the Grens, kept up from the block. Fight for it at the net once again. And Droz sends it down. Point for the Grens and set point for the Grenadiers. 24-18.
Boy, this is going fast. Like
Yeah.
you said, it was a game of runs.
It really has been. As Maximovich sends it over, there's Pederekis, Kentucky side, over towards Terry. Free ball for the Grenadiers. Eugene setting McCorney. Sabres fight for it up. Tipped over by Calendar Spring, and it goes down for a Calendar Spring kill.
Hey, my pick the click for Streamwood got one.
2 kills. 2 for her.
2 now.
Gianna Terry needing to make a run here for Streamwood. 24-19, still set point for the Grenadiers. Over it goes. There's Zoazlak right over the net. Looking to feed Ledesma. She flicks it towards the back line. Dilak there. Eugene kept up. Drost. Or that's actually McCorney.
A lot of tipping.
Yep. Dug up. Continued here on the Streamwood side. Sent over from Camarena. Dilak Eugene right back to McCorney. Dug and couldn't get out of the way is Gianna Terry. And that is set number 1 victory for the Grenadiers, 25-19.
Yeah, Camarena just couldn't make that play. The pass got up and it was landing on the back of the setter, and what can you do? It's a collision. So it's just a 6-point loss with 6 consecutive serves missed in the game. So if you're Streamwood, the adjustments you need to make, not much. Just make sure you make your serves. Otherwise, you may have outplayed Elk Grove. Now, Elk Grove is going to be like, you guys got snuck by with the victory here. If somebody else is serving, maybe this wouldn't be a win. So we're going to expect a little bit more. But this is where, as a coach, you have to go away, and you got to be careful how you position this, because really, the rest of Elk Grove played pretty well. But, the outside hits of Dilag need to land on the court somewhere. And if that one thing changes, this could be a 25-8 win.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, too, what we praised Streamwood on when they were going on the 5-0 run, the 10-4 run, or whatever it was, is they were keeping the ball in play. After that Elk Grove timeout, it all went away.
Yeah, all the serves.
Well, we got 2 minutes here until set number 2. We'll talk about the Booster Club Trivia Night. The Grenadier Athletic Boosters are holding a trivia night on Saturday, November 16th at the Elk Grove Village Hall. Elk Grove Village VFW Hall, so the Village Hall of Elk Grove. Doors open at 7 p.m. The registration is $20 per person, and all proceeds will benefit the EGHS athletic teams. You can visit the EGHS website at d214.org/EGHS for more details.
Now, so if I'm Tara Bracero, so she's probably saying something similar like this. Yeah, you kind of escaped a little bit because you guys were the beneficiary of 6 missed serves. On the other hand, I saw a lot of diving. So what I want you to do is run after the ball just a little bit more. And when you run after the ball, take that extra step or two. You'll end up with better passing. Okay, and that results in a better set. And I'm thinking that Dilag, if she gets just a little bit better set, not that she's been getting bad sets, that's not what I'm trying to say, but when you make a little bit more crisper of a set, exactly where Dilag is expecting it to go, because the setter didn't have to move as far for a ball because somebody else moved and made a better pass, you're going to have a lot more luck on your hits. And so I think that those little things from Elk Grove's perspectives just are going to add up. And then if Dilag gets loose, look out. This game could end quickly. But Streamwood, they've got that one thing to fix, serving.
Yeah, and otherwise, like you said, they've been in this game and arguably the better team.
Yeah. Well, that's why they had the lead at 10-5 and then 11-9. You play the first half that way, just play the second half of the game that way, and you've got the win. But the couple things I like on Streamwood, right? The outside hitting. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, Brianna.
Kentucky side.
Yeah, she's been doing a great job hitting, right? And then Gianna Terry is a good hitter as well. And then I'd like to see a little bit more in Petraica. So if I'm Streamwood, I'm thinking to myself,
couple good hits.
Yeah, and she gets up in the air, hits it hard, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, use the outsides. Yes, they're both undersized outsides, but they have a tendency to keep the ball in. I would keep going with that if you can.
And on the Elk Grove side, obviously we want Dialect to hit the floor more with her attacks. Was there anyone else that you're looking to see to get more involved?
Well, we talked about the lefty right side, Julia Drost. I wouldn't mind seeing her get more sets. We talked about Kalaric being a good enough middle so that we can move Dialag to the outside. But what I would like to see is Witkowski in the front row. She's actually a deadly hitter.
Yeah.
Now, we're not saying, wow, this isn't that good. We're not saying that at all. But Witkowski is a deadly front row hitter, and she would probably be worth several, 4, 5, or 6 points on her own.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
it could be that, coaches just rotating playing time or, making sure Wadis gets some court time. I don't know how her progression has gone this year for who she thinks should be the starters, but anytime I'm here, Witkowski plays very, very well.
Yeah.
And is a fantastic passer.
The senior, Vanessa Witkowski. As we're close here to set number 2, both teams just getting ready, getting their starters out onto the court, and the refs to make sure everyone's in the correct rotation given. And the ball heads over to the Elk Grove sideline. They got first serve here in set 2 after the victory.
What I also like about high school is switching sides.
It's not a thing, right?
Right.
In college, it is. Sometimes I do like the
I would
switching
prefer they
sides.
stay on the same side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that was kept up after COVID, right?
For good reason, I felt like.
Yeah. Gianna Terry gets us underway with the first point for Streamwood. And they take a early lead, just like they did in set number 1.
With a good server, Brianna.
Yep,
serving.
Kentucky side. The only reason why I know that, if I am correct, I could be completely wrong. Her sister was my age, Elena, and she was a tennis player at Streamwood, very good one. Had the same last name, so I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. That's how you pronounced Elena. So, Brianna Kentucky side.
Perfect set.
Dialect.
That's what we were talking about.
Big time kill.
Right. And okay, and why was it a perfect set? Because the pass was right on top of her head, right? She is a good setter. And it put it out there by the antenna outside the block, and Dialect knew exactly what to do with that one. We want to see more of that.
Yeah. Good. That would have touched the roof after the bounce for sure.
Yep.
And that's what you like to see as a coach and even as a fan.
Or her parents.
True. Anyone in the game, right? It makes the game more alive.
Now, we wanted to see more Petrikis from Streamwood, and unfortunately she just hit that one into the net. But sometimes after there's a bomb like that from one side, it can have a toll on the mental psyche of the other team.
I got to do the same thing, right?
Yep, something like that, right?
Zoizlek, Petrikis gets this serve. Terry's attack tipped up at the net. Nobody on the weak side, though, after the touch from McCorney.
But I like these. Petrikis hit the ball hard on the left side, and then Gianna Terry hit the ball hard on the right side and ended up with the kill.
And here is the serve from Mendez. 2-2 ball game here early in set 2. And once again, Streamwood unable to keep it in bounds, making it 3-2 in favor of the Grenadiers and Olivia Eugene to the
It's just
service.
not a good time to miss serves.
Yeah, especially in a tie game, right?
Well, they just racked so many up the first game, and that's why they lost. I mean, you really got to focus on making those serves.
There's Peretkis. Terry's attack. The Zolak is there. Eugene over to Droz. She got fingertips. A little bit of a mishit there, though. There is your player, Calendar Springer, but the mistimed jump. Or the mistimed pass. Which one would you say?
No, I think it was mistimed jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, one would say that the set could be too high for her, but.
Eugene with the ace.
Yep.
Miscommunication there from Peterekis and Kentucky side. As well, I could be saying this last name completely wrong, too. But I'm pretty confident, so we're going to continue with it. As Eugene looking to make a run. There's Peterekis.
We like those serves, though. Yeah. Hard floats, left-handed, so teams don't see those left-handed serves in practice a lot.
Drozd over the net after the errant pass from Eugene. Looking for Peretkis. Witkowski dug up. Now Dialak missed the pass, but Eugene fight for the net. Drozd kicks it over. Kept up by Ledesma. Now it's another attack over the back line from McCorney.
That was great defense by Streamwood. They just hung in there, dug everything, basically hit everything lazy back to Elk Grove, just saying, okay, we dare you to beat us with a point, but we're going to play defense, and they got the point because Elk Grove did hit it out.
Terry at service here for the Sabres. 5-3 our score, set number 2. Witkowski there. Eugene looking for Dialak. Kentucky side makes a good effort there. Terry right back to Peterekis. You pronounced that one better than me. As McCorney looking for the attack, but flicked it over. Here's Ledesma attack cross court, and over the line it goes.
It was unfortunate. On her left-handed hit from the right side, it would have hit the court if there wasn't the top of the net in the way. So the top of the net kind of deflected just a couple inches out, and it's kind of a shame. So to make that not happen next time, you have to get under the ball, jump straight up, and reach a little bit higher. Don't jump at an angle or broad jump, and keep your elbow up.
Dialak's service was a rocket off the chest of Camarena, and it goes for a service ace. That was a beautiful service.
Yeah, we need a countdown before she delivers that rocket.
I didn't think that was getting over the net either, but that was a missile for sure. This one, another service ace here for Dialag.
But there again, it was another rocket ship, but I think that one was going to go long, but it got played.
Yep.
So we thought it was going to be short. Now we thought it was going to be long. Instead, she's got 2 aces.
And there is Peretkis. Terry, Peretkis attack from the back row. Zozlak digs it up. Eugene looking for Wadas. Wadas blocked at the net, continued from McCorney. Eugene looking for Drozd. And Calendar Spring with a block. Oh, but they're going to say it landed on the Streamwood side. So
it went
point
through
for
the
the
block.
Grens.
Right, so we get another dilag serve.
Great effort there, though, from Elisa Calendar Springer. Went from the left side to the right side, got a block on both, just unable to find the floor on the correct side.
Oh, dilag, too bad.
Yeah.
But, all right, so if you're a coach, right, you got three, essentially, not aces, right, 2 aces and another point. So you got 3 points until you finally missed it. You don't really mind if they get a bunch of points and then miss a serve. Just don't miss your first serve.
Yeah, because that's what kills the momentum.
Exactly.
Peretkis over the net
Like that.
and out of play.
We were just talking about
Yep.
that. Don't miss your first serve.
10-4 in favor of the Grenadiers. And that brings out Mary Tan, who went on a very long run in the first set for the Grens to service the
Right.
junior.
And as a team defending that serve, you really got to realize who those good servers are and really dig in. Good pass like that.
Yep, Peretkis over to Kentucky side. Her attack is by Eugene, and now it's going to be a free ball. Eugene attacks from the back row, though, and it was actually a good one. There's Calendar Spring, unable to keep, once again, kind of just mistimed her jump, per se.
I was a little surprised she hit it at all, but once she did, she obviously was aiming her shoulders at the bench, and that's where the ball went. She needed to get her shoulders around so she could aim at the court. And the sets from Streamwood need to get out to the antenna. Oh, an ace.
That was a beautiful serve there from Mary Tan. You said it, an ace and a timeout for the Sabres.
Yeah, what's happening on these sets on the Streamwood side, they're not getting out to the antenna. So as a result, the hitters aren't real tall. Well, that's not. But what happens, you need taller hitters if you're going to have sets in the middle of the court. If you get the sets all the way out to the antennas, the 5'1", Brianna, right, and the 5'4" Petrikis, they're or 5'6" Petrikis, they're going to be able to hit those better when the ball is out by the antenna. When they're trap set, like in the middle of zone 3, we call it, you're hitting into a double block with 2 short hitters, and that's not a recipe for success.
Yeah.
Now, how do you get them out there? Right, you have to use a little bit more legs. Get the ball, use more legs to push it out there, and then follow through evenly with both hands.
Well, while we have a quick second here, just want to say we said it at the top of the broadcast, but this is our last live sporting event for this fall season. We'll be right back here, though, in the December for the winter season. We'll cover both boys and girls basketball along with wrestling. So be sure to check out the schedule on the EGTV website at eg-tv.org. And you can also find the on-demand site there. And you can watch this one again and any other fall season game right on that on-demand site that we have covered this season as Mary Tan sends us back underway.
Now this game, too, is a 12-4 blowout, frankly, yeah.
As he's Bob Visaway, I'm Chris Randall. We thank you for joining us here as always, as Calendar Spring gets a very uncoordinated kill.
I think I know why that happened. If I'm Elk Grove, I'm expected a double hit call. It was just an unorthodox play. Appropriately, it wasn't called. I like that because the ball was truly contacted by both hands at the same time. It just looked awkward. And when referees see awkward hits like that, they call doubles. I think that's what Elk Grove expected. Then the whistle didn't blow. Oops, the ball hit the ground. Play to the whistle is the coach cliche.
Camarena, service. Eugene to the antenna. A little too far for Wadas, though, or was it blocked? Someone walked right in my way.
Right, that was a set that just went beyond the antenna. It's hard to sometimes put that ball back in the antenna unless you're taking a real outside approach.
Camarena, 12-6 lead for the Grens. Camarena looking to dig into that lean. Dilek. Eugene right to Wadas. That's a good service or set and a good attack there from Wadas. Makes it 13-6 in favor of the Grenadiers.
Yeah, if you're Streamwood, you'd like to bring that up. It hit the top of the block, went high, probably over the phone booth, then back left probably would be the person with the best opportunity to get it, run into the middle and go get it.
Julia Droz service. Camarena. Terry for the set. A little late rotation there from Ledesma. Eugene on the middle from McCorney. Tipped up at the net. Diving effort by Peretkis. Ledesma sends it over. Dilak dives for it. Zozlak sends it over. Camarena there. Terry across court. Peretkis sends it up. Eugene in the middle attack. Blocked. Continue. And it is a block by Mendez. And a good rally there for both squads.
If Streamwood wants to win the game and come back in it, they're going to have to continue to have those error-free defensive rallies. They don't have a lot of punch on offense, so in this case they won the point with a block, right, which is nice to see if you're Streamwood. But Elk Grove just continue to play your game. They have, now it's 13-7, but hit it in, serve it in.
Ledesma's service hits off the top tape. There's Wadas's attack and
block in
someone in the net.
Right.
Yeah, so point for the Grenadiers.
But see what happened there is Wadas hit the ball in, and obviously the net occurred. It's another point. Now Wadas goes out, Witkowski comes in, right, with that really good serve and a vacuum cleaner defense.
Vanessa Witkowski, the senior for the Grens. Over the net, and an ace for the senior Witkowski. You said it, really good serve.
Yeah, it is a good serve. She's going to be sad that this is her last game here at Elk Grove. She's been a good player for a lot of years.
As every senior on the roster has. It's Camarena. Gets this one, an attack from Terry. Dialak keeps it up. Eugene attacks. Camarena there. Ledesma looking for Terry. Terry's attack kept up, and a block from McCorney and Dialak. It's sent right back over to the Elk Grove side. Eugene. Back row attack from Witkowski, but right into the net, and the Streamwood Sabres stay in it.
I think if I was making another adjustment for Streamwood, I would set Gianna Terry a lot more. She hits it hard. She looks like she's relatively sure-handed. Yeah. They had her on the left side, then moved her on to the right on that same rally, and I'm thinking, just leave her on the left, let her hit from there.
Kentucky side with the service ace. Makes it 15-9 in favor of the Grens.
Yep, they're trying to make it interesting.
Yeah, Streamwood looking to come back here a little bit. Second one over the net, Dialak. Nobody home as it goes over to the Streamwood side, and then the second service ace.
And the reason it's an ace, she hits it hard. It's a good, strong float. She's got a lot of momentum behind it with the jump serve. It's a hard one to pass, and it's consistent.
Yeah. There is Contreras. Dialak attack kept up, and it is going to be out of play.
Another block by Streamwood and almost covered by Elk Grove, but it went out of bounds.
It was very, very close there.
So now it's just a 4-point game.
Kentucky size service. Contreras, Eugene, over to Dialak. Her attack finds the floor.
Perfect shot.
And the Grens get one back.
And that's what we were saying. If Dialak starts getting loose in some of her hits, it's going to be a hard game for Streamwood to win. But nice set, nice hit.
Yep.
And then this is where I wish games were 3 out of 5 instead of 2 out of 3. With Dialak heating up, I mean, if this were a longer game set 3, set 4, set 5, I mean, those are some nice hits. Maybe just needed to warm up a little bit more, something, but deadly.
You hear that, Rackus? It's the Grenadiers cheering for Aaliyah Kaleo into the ball game, the senior. First time checking in since we've been here, from my memory. Contreras, Eugene looking for Kaleo, and she finds the floor. What a story, right? They write themselves, the senior Coelho.
Kudos to Tara Braceros for putting her in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? She's the middle hitter right now, 5'6".
Zozlak serve, Camarena there. Ledesma looking for Terry. Never makes it over, 18-11.
So much for that adjustment.
Yeah, here's a timeout by Streamwood as all the momentum is on that Grenadier side.
Well, it's getting close to the game. We do this in the huddles. Okay, you're up by 7 and 7 points to go. It's really tough to come back in that situation. It's almost like you get back into the win here.
Yeah. Well, as always, Elk Grove Television, we thank you, Vanessa, Debbie, Scott, Ross, Joey, who's not here tonight. We thank you always, as we can't do it without you guys. So thank you. And 18-11. So for the Grens, you're just like, don't make any mistakes, right? Just keep up what you're doing. And on the Streamwood side, what are you saying, like, as the coach?
Well, if you're Streamwood, you're down 7 with just 7 to go, right? So you're saying nothing different. It's not like you can adjust anything. By now, you might be thinking, well, don't serve Witkowski, maybe don't serve the libero, maybe try to serve Dialek if she's back there, something like that. But right now, it's not who you're serving. You're just serve it in, right?
Yeah.
Serve it in, hit it in. I think the adjustments I would like to make, season long, would be set the outsides more, move Gianna Terry maybe to the left side to set her more.
And we got another substitution, and it is Makasimovic back into the game. Another senior checking in, getting her final play time here at Elk Grove High School. Zozlak sends it over the net. Ledesma looking for Mendez. Hits off the fingertips of Coelho, and it's a point for the Sabres.
So there's another player from Streamwood. This is the only hit I remember her hitting, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that looks like another player I think I would like to set more often. You know, wherever. What's that, right side, middle, anywhere. Just set her more.
Mendez to serve for Streamwood. 18-12 our score. Mendez's serve is an ace. Zozlak just backs it off, thinking it was out, but it was in for sure. And makes it 18-13.
Trying to make it interesting.
Emily Mendez, the sophomore for Streamwood. Over. Zozlak. Eugene. Back row attack from Witkowski. Mishandled from Mendez.
That's a shame. She's serving well, right?
Yeah.
If she gets that pass, maybe they win another point. She gets to serve a few more times. She's obviously got a very, very nice serve. But you got to pass.
And that puts Olivia Eugene to the service spot for the Grens. Eugene with a nice little floater over and into the netting, they're going to say Sophia Ledesma was.
Well, it's a back row attack from the Streamwood setter. So she's a back row setter, and she set the ball when the ball was 100% over the net, allegedly, and then went to the Elk Grove side, sets the back row attack.
And Olivia Eugene back-to-back there. Well, one service ace, but one unreturnable because of a bad pass.
But 2 points ago, you were down 6 with 6 to go, but now you're down 8 with only 4 to go. It's not going the right direction for Streamwood.
Tipped off the top tape, and a service ace for the Eugene and the Grens.
And her serves cannot be underestimated. They're low, they're hard, they float. That means they waffle like knuckleballs. She is very consistent with them. Very good server.
Junior service, Eugene, Kentucky side, collects, Camarana. Free ball now for the Grens. Zozlak is there. Eugene looking for Coelho. Coelho dumps it over, diving effort by Ledesma. Eugene across court, looking for McCorney, and she finds the floor, 2 points away. The Grenadiers here on senior night.
Try to set her again by the antenna, right? So then everybody gets to go wild, not only for the win, but because she's a very popular senior.
McCorney only a junior.
Junior.
She'll be back.
Yeah.
Ledesma looking for Peretkis, and Droz hits it. Keeps the Sabres in the game 23-14.
That's right. We want to see more points.
Yes. And that is Terry to serve here. Gianna Terry. 23-14. Service. Tipped off the top tape and a service ace.
That
for
is
the
a good
Sabres
serve.
side. Yeah.
Yep. Well, you got to do that 8 more times.
Just to stay in, right?
Right.
23-15.
Because when you finally lose your serve, they've got game point. Match point.
This one floats over Witkowski there. Eugene across court for McCorney over the end line, and it is a point for Streamwood.
Not a lot out, but nevertheless out. In this spot, too, I would say, you got to make sure it's in, right? But keep it away from Witkowski.
Terry looking to continue the run. Witkowski there. Eugene served middle to Drozd. Kentapi side there. Now it's an attack from Peretkis. Peretkis finds the floor, and 3 straight points for the Sabres.
Yeah, Peretkis made a nice hit on that set. The set, again, as usual, doesn't go out to the antenna, but she's obviously used to it and went inside the double block and still had enough court to get it into. Nice hit.
23-17. Terry continues. There's Zozlak with the errant pass and a service ace for Streamwood, 23-18.
Sorry, she absolutely listened to us, kept it away from Witkowski, and got the ace. Very good server.
She is very close to us. She may be able to hear us.
Right. Yeah, she's got good ears.
Terry continues. Zozlak unable to, or that's Witkowski. Back-to-back service aces, 23-19.
I'd have to go back and see how they started in the lineup, but this might be a good opportunity to use her as your first server in a game.
Absolutely.
Right.
They start with Ledesma at the service.
Maybe that's why Streamwood missed so many serves. They do serve aggressively, and occasionally they are going to go out.
Witkowski, Eugene cross court for Mekasimovic. There's Peretkis. Ledesma's attack, dug up by Witkowski, straight over to the Streamwood side.
Oh,
and
no.
Calendar Springer mistimed the jump once again. and it's now match point for the Grenadiers, 24-19.
That is a shame. You're on the comeback trail with a good server. Just don't make a mistake, and that's exactly what happened. Made a mistake. Like you said, mistimed.
Wadas and Dialog looking to close it out as they both re-enter the ball game for Elk Grove. Match point, 24-19. Dialog to serve. Over. Kentucky side there. Terry. It's going to be a free ball and two miscommunications there for Streamwood. And it goes down in a 25-19 set to win for the Grens.
Not much to say here. Other Elk Grove won on their home court with their seniors, right? Yeah. And Streamwood came here, and they did put up a good fight. They played well on defense, missed too many serves, and unfortunately for them, they didn't earn the win. But it's good to see the home team win.
Absolutely. We've had two really close losses before this. So we'd end the fall season on a win here at Elk Grove Television. The senior night for girls volleyball, they finish it off 2-0 against Streamwood. He's Bob Visaway. I'm Chris Randall, and we will see you in December for the winter sports.
Out of Cranford, New Jersey, our local municipal channel, TV 35, is a major source of hyper-local information that is specifically designed and created for our residents alone. We get to see our town meetings, concerts, high school sports, news, and more on a channel that is strictly about our community. The value of public, educational, and government stations was clearly demonstrated during the COVID-19 pandemic. All access channels provided crucial information, including press conferences and emergency updates from their municipal governments directly to their citizens. Today, the very existence of PEG